One of the questions that comes up, especially when you're first starting, is focus. You want to focus on one thing. It's real easy to see the shiny object and go off on a second and third and fourth tangent. One of the questions that you need to ask when you're first starting is where do you want to start? What is your primary focus? And I suggest as a beginner you start with the single family homes rather than the multifamily homes or commercial properties. So the advantage of a single family home is there's a couple of advantages and a couple of disadvantages. So some of the advantages are they tend to be less dollars. So your risk factor in terms of impact. So, if I go out and buy a single family house and, the tenant destroys it and yada, 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 that could cost me a lot of money. Obviously, that's not what you hope for and not what you plan for, but you need to be able to be prepared for that. Whereas the multifamily, they typically, when I say multifamily, 5 units and above, single family is 1, 2, or 3, or 4 units. 4 is kind of on the border. And so the multifamily are great second round kind of learning. So the first round, get some experience in single family. The single family is easier to acquire. There's a lot more of them. Most of us have lived in single family houses, not all of us. And so we're used to what a single family house looks like. Familiarity helps. Start with the single families. If you lived in multifamily, great. If that's what you're familiar with, then consider it. So the other disadvantage to multifamily is that one single individual can empty the building. Obviously, every time somebody leaves the building, either they move someplace else, you have to evict them, etc. There's a potential of the cross-contamination. You get one person who's really, really noisy or has risky behavior, drugs or whatever, multifamily, that can cross-contaminate and take the whole building empty. We had a 10-unit building and we had 8 of the 10 units occupied, and one tenant was loud and abusive. Within about 3 months, everybody had left except for 2, and they really couldn't afford to move any place. So they wanted to move, they couldn't. So multifamily is a great step 2 that you upgrade after you've gained some experience on the single families. Like I said, single families are great learning locations and they have good cash flow. So, start there and move along. Like I said, the risk factor on single family is less than that of a multifamily. If you're interested in more information, click below or go to howtohackrealestate.com/free.